When converting a dryer from a 3-wire to a 4-wire configuration, several key considerations must be addressed to ensure safety and compliance with electrical codes. Firstly, confirm that the dryer is designed for a 4-wire connection, meaning it has separate terminals for the equipment grounding conductor and the neutral conductor. Secondly, understanding the role of the green wire within the appliance is crucial. Typically, this green wire, originating from the appliance wiring, exhibits continuity with the neutral wire. This continuity signifies that the dryer's internal neutral and grounding systems were originally connected. When transitioning to a 4-wire setup, it is generally correct to cap off this appliance green wire. This wire should not be directly connected to the equipment grounding conductor of the new 4-wire cord. Thirdly, the equipment grounding conductor, or EG, of the new cord must be securely connected to the dryer's frame terminal. This frame terminal serves as the designated grounding point for the appliance. Fourthly, be aware of the potential presence of a copper jumper inside the dryer. This jumper, when present, typically bridges the neutral terminal and the frame terminal. In a 4-wire configuration, this jumper must be removed to maintain isolation between the neutral and grounding systems. The absence of such a jumper, as you described, suggests that the dryer might have already been configured without it, or it was previously removed. In summary, the practice of capping off the appliance green wire and connecting the new equipment grounding conductor to the frame terminal aligns with standard procedures for converting to a 4-wire system. This is provided that the dryer adheres to the specified grounding type and the continuity to neutral has been verified. Furthermore, the absence of a jumper between the neutral and frame terminals reinforces the correctness of this approach. Now let us delve into some more details. When dealing with electrical appliances, especially during conversions like this, understanding the National Electrical Code or NEC is paramount. The NEC provides guidelines for safe and effective electrical installations. Article 250 covers grounding and bonding, which are critical in this scenario. When converting from a 3-wire to a 4-wire system, you are essentially separating the neutral and ground paths. In a 3-wire system, the neutral conductor also serves as the grounding conductor, which is permissible under certain conditions for existing installations. However, the 4-wire system provides a dedicated ground path, improving safety by reducing the potential for electrical shock. Let's talk about the importance of continuity testing. Before making any connections, use a multimeter to verify continuity between the green wire and the neutral terminal within the dryer. This confirms that the internal grounding and neutral systems were originally bonded together. After capping off the green wire and connecting the new 4-wire cord, retest to ensure that there is no longer continuity between the neutral terminal and the dryer frame. This verifies that the neutral and ground paths are now properly separated. Furthermore, when connecting the equipment grounding conductor from the new cord to the dryer frame, ensure that the connection is secure and mechanically sound. A loose connection can compromise the effectiveness of the grounding system, increasing the risk of electrical hazards. Always use appropriately sized conductors and connectors that are rated for the intended application. It is also very important to inspect the wiring within the dryer for any signs of damage or deterioration. Look for cracked or frayed insulation, loose connections, or corroded terminals. Any damaged wiring should be repaired or replaced before completing the conversion. Remember, working with electricity can be dangerous, and it's always better to err on the side of caution. If you are not comfortable performing this conversion yourself, consult a qualified electrician. They have the training and experience to ensure that the work is done safely and correctly. Additionally, local electrical codes may have specific requirements for dryer installations, so it's essential to be aware of these regulations. In some jurisdictions, permits may be required for electrical work, and inspections may be necessary to ensure compliance with code standards. Not adhering to these codes can result in fines or other penalties. Let's elaborate on the purpose of the equipment grounding conductor. The EGC provides a low impedance path for fault current to return to the source, which helps to quickly trip the circuit breaker or fuse protecting the circuit. This rapid interruption of power minimizes the duration of a fault, reducing the risk of electrical shock or fire. In a 4-wire system, The EGC is dedicated solely to this purpose, whereas in a 3-wire system, the neutral conductor must perform the dual function of carrying normal load current and providing a path for fault current. This can lead to increased voltage on the appliance chassis under fault conditions, increasing the risk of electric shock. Remember to turn off the power to the dryer circuit at the main electrical panel before beginning any work. Use a voltage tester to verify that the circuit is de-energized before touching any wires or terminals. This simple step can prevent accidental electric shock. When selecting a new 4-wire cord, choose one that is appropriately sized for the dryer's amperage rating. The cord should be rated for at least the maximum current draw of the dryer, and it should have the correct type of plug for the receptacle in your home. Using an undersized cord can lead to overheating and potentially create a fire hazard. After completing the conversion, thoroughly inspect all connections and wiring to ensure that everything is secure and properly installed. Double check that all screws and terminals are tightened and that there are no exposed wires or loose connections. A visual inspection can help identify potential problems before they become serious hazards. Another consideration is the type of receptacle that the dryer will be plugged into. In a 4-wire system, the receptacle should be an MR14-30R, which is a 30 amp, 125/250 volts receptacle with separate slots for the 2 hot conductors, the neutral conductor, and the equipment grounding conductor. If your home has an older 3-wire receptacle, it will need to be replaced with a 4-wire receptacle to be compatible with the new cord. In addition to the copper jumper, some dryers may have other components that need to be adjusted or removed when converting to a 4-wire system. Consult the dryer's installation manual or contact the manufacturer for specific instructions. Failure to follow these instructions can result in improper operation or even damage to the appliance. Remember, electrical work should always be performed in accordance with applicable codes and regulations. If you are unsure about any aspect of the conversion process, seek professional assistance from a qualified electrician. This will ensure that the work is done safely and correctly, and that your dryer operates properly for years to come. Also, consider the age of the dryer. If the dryer is very old, it may be more cost-effective to replace it with a new model that is specifically designed for a 4-wire connection. Newer dryers are often more energy efficient and have advanced safety features. If you decide to replace the dryer, be sure to dispose of the old appliance properly. Many communities have recycling programs for appliances which can help to reduce waste and conserve resources. Finally, remember that safety is always the top priority when working with electricity. Take your time, follow all instructions carefully, and don't hesitate to ask for help if you need it. By following these guidelines, you can safely and effectively convert your dryer from a 3-wire to a 4-wire system. To reiterate the key steps: 1. Verify the dryer is designed for a 4-wire connection. 2. Cap off the appliance green wire. 3. Connect the new cord's EGC to the frame terminal. 4. Remove any jumper between neutral and frame if present. 5. Test for continuity to confirm proper grounding. 6. Ensure all connections are secure and meet code requirements. Let's dive deeper into the reasons behind these steps. The purpose of separating the neutral and ground in a 4-wire system is to prevent current from flowing through the grounding path under normal operating conditions. In a 3-wire system, a portion of the neutral current can flow through the grounding path, which can create a potential for electric shock. By separating the neutral and ground, the 4-wire system eliminates this risk. The equipment grounding conductor provides a low impedance path for fault current to return to the source, which helps to quickly trip the circuit breaker or fuse protecting the circuit. This rapid interruption of power minimizes the duration of a fault, reducing the risk of electrical shock or fire. When connecting the equipment grounding conductor to the dryer frame, it is essential to ensure that the connection is clean and free of corrosion. Corrosion can increase the resistance of the connection, which can reduce the effectiveness of the grounding system. Use a wire brush or sandpaper to clean the frame before making the connection. In addition to the equipment grounding conductor, the dryer frame itself should be bonded to the building's grounding system. This can be accomplished by connecting a grounding wire from the dryer frame to a nearby metal water pipe or to the building's grounding electrode system. Bonding the dryer frame to the building's grounding system provides an additional layer of protection against electric shock. When selecting a grounding wire, choose one that is appropriately sized for the dryer's amperage rating. The grounding wire should be made of copper or other corrosion-resistant material. After making the grounding connection, protect it from corrosion by applying a coating of anti-corrosion compound. This will help to ensure that the connection remains effective for years to come. Remember, the goal of grounding is to provide a safe path for fault current to return to the source. A properly grounded dryer will help to protect you and your family from electric shock. Let's discuss some common mistakes to avoid when converting a dryer to a 4-wire system. One common mistake is failing to remove the jumper between the neutral and frame terminals. This can create a situation where the neutral current flows through the grounding path, which can increase the risk of electric shock. Another common mistake is using an undersized cord or grounding wire. This can lead to overheating and potentially create a fire hazard. It is also important to ensure that all connections are tight and secure. Loose connections can increase the resistance of the circuit, which can lead to overheating and potentially create a fire hazard. Finally, always double-check your work before restoring power to the circuit. Make sure that all wires are properly connected and that there are no exposed wires or loose connections. Following these tips can help you avoid common mistakes and ensure that your dryer is safely and properly converted to a 4-wire system. Now let's consider the impact of this conversion on the overall electrical system of your home. Upgrading to a 4-wire system enhances the safety and reliability of your electrical setup. By separating the neutral and ground paths, you minimize the risk of electrical shock and improve the performance of your circuit breakers and ground fault circuit interrupters, GFCIs. The 4-wire system also reduces the potential for electromagnetic interference, which can affect sensitive electronic equipment. This is especially important in homes with computers, televisions, and other electronic devices. In addition to the safety benefits, the 4-wire system can also improve the energy efficiency of your home. By reducing the potential for current to flow through the grounding path, you can minimize energy losses and save money on your electricity bill. Furthermore, the 4-wire system can increase the lifespan of your electrical appliances. By providing a dedicated ground path, you reduce the stress on the neutral conductor, which can help to prevent premature failure. When upgrading to a 4-wire system, it is important to ensure that the entire electrical system is properly grounded and bonded. This includes all metal water pipes, gas pipes, and other conductive objects. Bonding these objects to the grounding system provides an additional layer of protection against electric shock. It is also important to install ground fault circuit interrupters, GFCIs, in areas where there is a high risk of electric shock, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. GFCIs can detect small amounts of current leakage and quickly trip the circuit, preventing serious injury or death. When upgrading to a 4-wire system, consider having a qualified electrician inspect your entire electrical system to ensure that it is up to code and in good working order. This can help to identify potential problems before they become serious hazards. Finally, remember that electrical safety is an ongoing process. Regularly inspect your electrical system for any signs of damage or deterioration. Replace any worn or damaged components promptly, and always follow safe electrical practices. By taking these precautions, you can help to protect yourself and your family from electrical hazards. Let's talk about the tools and materials you'll need for this conversion. Firstly, you'll need a new 4-wire cord that is appropriately sized for the dryer's amperage rating. Choose a cord that is rated for at least the maximum current draw of the dryer and that has the correct type of plug for your receptacle. Secondly, you'll need a screwdriver to remove and install the wiring connections. A Phillips head screwdriver is typically used, but a flathead screwdriver may also be needed. Thirdly, you'll need a wire stripper to remove the insulation from the wires. Choose a wire stripper that is appropriately sized for the gauge of wire you'll be working with. Fourthly, you'll need a multimeter to test for continuity and voltage. A multimeter is an essential tool for any electrical work. Fifthly, you'll need electrical tape to insulate the wiring connections. Choose electrical tape that is rated for the voltage and temperature of the circuit. Sixthly, you'll need wire connectors to connect the wires together. Choose wire connectors that are appropriately sized for the gauge of wire you'll be working with. Seventhly, you'll need a voltage tester to verify that the circuit is de-energized before beginning any work. A voltage tester is a simple but essential tool for electrical safety. Eighthly, you may need a drill to create new mounting holes for the cord strain relief. A drill is only needed if the new cord has a different strain relief configuration than the old cord. Lastly, you'll need safety glasses to protect your eyes from debris. Safety glasses are an essential part of any electrical work. In addition to these tools and materials, you may also need some basic hand tools such as pliers, a wrench, and a utility knife. Always use the right tool for the job, and always follow safe work practices. Remember, working with electricity can be dangerous, so it's always better to err on the side of caution.